So our footer's done, so we can just review. There's our index file, our header, there's our style.css, and it looks like we're pretty much there. All we need to do is take a look at our themes here. We're just going to refresh. And there is our theme. Doesn't have much detail. It still needs a thumbnail, but what you'll see here is it has the name, it has a theme author, it has a description, and it has all of the tags that we put in. So what we're going to do now is just activate it. You can just click the activate there. It is now the active theme. So what we're going to do is take a look. So we have some of the content, but not everything. And this is where I want to talk to you about the WordPress modular structure. What we're missing here is the header and the footer, because WordPress needs to pull those in, and it has special PHP commands to do that. So what I'm going to do is start to fill in our theme with the various parts that it needs. So let's take a look at that right now. We're going to go back to brackets, and let's start with the head. So that the important thing to remember about WordPress is that everything is dynamic. What we want to do is make sure that WordPress has all of the parts that it needs to be able to do what it needs to do. So that there's a couple commands, and these are important for WordPress because, as I mentioned before, there is WordPress core. All of those core files, they support the WordPress theme. Even though we're not going into them, even though you're not really worrying about what it is that those core files do, they are important because they provide resources. But we need to give it the means to do that. So within the head, this is the head tag in the header .php. We need to put in a special PHP command, and we're going to just type in left caret question mark PHP, and then we want to close that. And right in the middle there, what you need to put in is a special function that will pull in WordPress resources from WordPress core. And that's just WP_head. And because it's a function, you don't need to understand that so much, but it needs to have the empty open and close parentheses, and then you need to finish it with a semicolon. So that let's save the head. And there's a couple other resources that we need to put into the header.php. One of the things that will help WordPress display properly is what's known as the body class. And this is where WordPress will put in various classes that developers can use to target different pages and even the whole website. But it is how WordPress knows how to style a page or a post or any other type of WordPress object that we're going to do, so that we're just going to put in another PHP command, and this is the body class. And again, because it's a PHP and a WordPress command, we're going to put in the left caret question mark PHP question mark close caret. And right in the middle of there, we are just going to put in body underscore class. And I will show you what this does momentarily. So we are done there. This is the header is done for now. We still have to put in some of the dynamic pieces for the name of the website when it appears in the browser bar, but we can move on to index. So in the index file, what we need to do is make sure that we have up above again, this is a PHP command, so it's question mark close caret, and we're going to pull in the header by simply typing get header, and we're going to do the parentheses for the function, end with the closing. We're going to end with the closing semicolon, and then once we are finished there, we need to bring in the footer. And that's simply going to be pretty much the same as what you see up above there. We're just going to type in get footer. Parentheses, semicolon. So now what we're going to do is have a look at our theme again. We're going to make sure that all of these are saved. But before we take a look at the site, we need to go to the footer. And if you remember what we had up here inside the head tag, we had WP head. Inside the footer, to close it out, just before the closing body tag, we need to put in another function. And this is simply going to be get, or WP footer, parentheses, semicolon. So now that we have all of that saved, just double check, make sure you've got everything saved here. We're going to refresh the site and have a look. There it is, WordPress for web development. It looks like I've got an extra caret in there someplace, but it has the title up in the head, has welcome to your first theme, and it has the copyright line. Let's go back and take a look and see what I might have done to put in that extra caret. So looking at this website, it's clear that this extra or not enough carets is somewhere in the header. So I think it's always important to be able to troubleshoot your work. So let's go take a look at the header. the header file. And so looking down, I stopped here at body, and you can see what I did is I added in an extra body tag, a closing body tag, or at least brackets did that for me. So what I'm going to do is get rid of that. And I'm also noticing that I have a closing PHP tag, but I did not close the opening body tag. See that there's a left caret, there is the PHP body class, and then there's a closing PHP, but we need a closing caret, a right caret over on this side. So I'm just going to add that in, and you can see now that it turned green. It's letting me know that it's happy. It has everything it needs. We're going to save that. Then we are going to come back to the website. We're going to refresh, and the caret goes away. We fixed it, and this is a good way to teach yourself to troubleshoot. Just go through and make sure that you understand what it is that you are putting in the tags. Make sure that each tag has an opening and closing tag. The opening tag needs a right and left caret. The closing tag needs a right and left caret. And sometimes when you're using a piece of software like brackets or any code editor, it might assume that you wanted to put something in, and it will insert it. And in the end, you have to go through and you have to figure out what it is that brackets did or you did, because oftentimes this is human error. And it's just a matter of learning how to troubleshoot your work so that you can go in and fix it. But in any case, there it is. That's our very simple theme. It has the head. It has our headline. It has the name of the website. It has the headline. It has the temporary copy we had, and it has our copyright line. So we are ready to move on, and I will see you in the next chapter.